My name is Angelo Mantzios from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and my MDRT number is 479701. So one of four things is going to happen to everybody in this room. You're either going to stay healthy or you're going to get sick. You're going to either own critical illness or you're not. My presentation is called The Importance of Holistic Financial Planning, and it really focuses in on the need for health insurance in a financial plan for a client. Here's a quote for you from the Dalai Lama. Man sacrifices his health in order to make money, then sacrifices money to recuperate his health. When my mom was 41 years old, back in 1993, she had a liver transplant, and during the operation, she had a heart attack. 6 months later, she had a quadruple bypass, and the reason was her arteries were so clogged that the doctors figured she only had a couple weeks to live. Now the thing was, back in 1993, heart surgery was pretty common and routine, but nobody in Toronto history had ever survived open heart surgery within a year of an organ transplant. And my mother was the first. And she lived 19 years. She saw both her kids get married, 3 grandchildren between the two of us. And in March of 2011, they told my mother, you know what, you've got about 8 weeks. And she said to the doctors, but you know, my son's having his second child in 4 months. Oh, you know, and they said, well, you'll never meet that child. And you know what, in Toronto, my mom was actually the very first person to meet my son, Evan. And you know, a few weeks later, she passed away. So a traditional investment portfolio has equities and bonds and T-bills and GICs and cash and corporate class and REITs. And I tell you, client gets sick, I'm actually thinking of putting a flushing sound. From the financial side, we were completely decimated. My mom and dad made about $160,000 together as a family income. My mom's was 100 of that. So just like that, it was gone. We were reduced down to a $60,000 a year income. After tax, about 40, and my mom's drugs were $20,000 a year to keep her alive. And the government subsidized 0. Here's how I read this quote. Millions do not enjoy good health. Millions do not have protection against sickness. The time has arrived to help them get that protection. MDRT members are going to get a lot out of my presentation because not only the personal story that I bring to the table, but the videos inside the presentation are real-life videos from mainstream media. We need to show more of this. We need to make this important, and if one person sells one policy because of the impact the presentation had, it's 100% worth the time and effort that all this went into.